Let's talk about what's happening today. We are celebrating love, and Valentine's Day isn't all about the romance and the flowers and the chocolates.
Yeah, I mean, did you know there's actually a science to love? So here to explain the chemistry behind love and how it works or doesn't work in relationships is neuroscientist Dr. Nona Jah-Veed. So good morning, Dr. Nona. Thanks for being with us. Happy Valentine's Day to you.
Good morning. Happy Valentine's Day.
All right, so there is a difference between romantic love and like the love of a child or the love of a pet, but they all do unlock some similar chemicals in your body, right?
Yes, and not just love, but actually any kind of emotion that you would have. All of our habits come with a cocktail of emotion, of chemicals and neurotransmitters. And these chemicals and neurotransmitters, just like you would go to the doctor for your annual labs, they can get measured that way in your blood and a urine test. They've even done, with regards to love, they've done studies where they take a look at your brain and see which areas of your brain will actually, light up when you are in love.
All right,
Wow.
so it is interesting. So let's break it down, because you break love into several different stages, right? And a lot of people say, well, it all begins with this physical attraction, right? There's got to be that physical attraction first. So what kind of chemical reaction is happening in our body to have a physical one?
Yes, this is actually very true, or at least research says that it is true. In this very first stage of love, romantic love, that we would typically call this lust. This is described as an intense sexual desire towards somebody. In this stage, it's pretty much very physical. We have our testosterone and our estrogens just soaring through the roof, and this, of course, increases libido. And again, this phase is really heavily focused on that physical and sexual attraction.
And then does it quickly develop into that honeymoon stage?
Pretty much, yeah. So the second stage of falling in love or developing into a long-term relationship would be the attraction period. So this attraction period, also known as the honeymoon stage, when you're in the relationship, it can be hazy. Like, am I in the lust stage? Am I in the honeymoon stage? But when you look at it from a chemical perspective, from how your neurotransmitters are releasing in your body, it's actually wildly different. This honeymoon stage, there's dopamine that gets released. With dopamine, this is where we create the emotions of ecstasy. There's serotonin, which is a happy molecule. But also in this phase, interestingly enough, and I think you guys will like this, the ventral tegmental area of the brain the ventral tegmental area, there's this one particular area in the brain, and that's the reward center of the brain. So that's where it lights up over and over as we spend more time with them and as we spend them. And so that's the reward center. That's actually the same area of the brain where we develop addictions to sugar or even drugs.
Attachment.
Gotcha. Okay. Is that the attachment thing?
That's the attachment. One other quick thing in this area that's really important is that the prefrontal cortex, which is where we make logical decisions, this area it gets dampened and does not
compute.
Yeah. I think I was born without that. So the fourth stage is the highest form of love, which is it's self-love, right? So how does that show up in your body? Because some people really struggle with that self-love portion of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Before the self-love, we've got attachment, which is where we develop sort of long-term attachment to somebody. It's more comfortable. Oxytocin is released. This is the cuddle hormone. We meet there.
I like the cuddle hormone.
Yeah, comfortable and calm and everything else. And then at the very last, this is really a requirement with self-love and self-mastery, because aside from these chemicals, we also have patterns, attachment styles. So we'll definitely want to make sure that we know what our patterns are and we are mastering ourselves, so we're not triggered and we're not kind of recreating those chemical reactions in our body for lasting love.
Let me ask you one last quick question, because we're running out of time. So if two people are in a relationship and they're in different stages, is it fair to say that someone might not be capable or have the chemicals capable of having that long-term love?
Yeah, that's definitely possible.
Wow.
And there's so many factors that play into this. It's not just the chemistry, but there's also the patterns of what we have learned in our behavior, what we've observed our parents do or our previous relationships. Some people have the pattern of participating in a toxic relationship
Oh,
or
yeah.
showing up that way. And so it's important to learn those patterns.
It's a great
if you're-
point.
All right.
Because some people are stuck in the physical,
Yep.
and some people are already in attachment.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Dr. Nona, this guy is all perplexed. Thank you so much for joining us. That was really fascinating. And happy
thank you.
Valentine's Day again.
Thank you. Happy Valentine's Day, guys.